Shalom, this is your Ark. Yah is magnified, coming back with another informative video. I titled this video, Learn the Game from Curly. But before I tackle this subject, as always, I must state for the record, I'm not a lawyer, I do not practice law, and I do not pretend to. All my videos are for informational and educational purposes only. They're all facts and all truth. Nothing more, nothing less. So with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, I had put the fair use warning at the beginning of this video because I want to use a sample from the clip of the TV show Three Stooges, right? And in this episode, they was in court dealing with a murder case, okay? But in this murder case, they had Curly to come up to be a witness. So we're going to see how Curly handled himself in court as a witness, you know, and the things that Curly had pointed out in the court, you know, is very important, and everyone needs to know this information, because in these old TV shows they was dropping a lot of knowledge that a lot of people look past because they was too busy laughing, not really understanding how serious it is and what's going on and what's placed right before you, right before your eyes, so you would know the seriousness in case you ever get into any legal trouble, what's really going on. Okay, so we're going to go over this this quick clip, you know, just to show you guys how to stand in court. Okay, so let's go.
Hey, what's the idea of spoiling the game?
I was for onesies.
Well, here's twosies.
He was for onesies? You get him to...
Here's fivesies.
Gentlemen, don't you realize Miss Gail Tempest's life is at stake?
Oh, Gail.
Okay, so did y'all notice that? The first thing that happened was what? The gate was closed. Meaning that Curly had to cross over into the jurisdiction. By what? He voluntarily crossed over, he jumped over into the jurisdiction of the court. But let's continue.
Will you gentlemen please try to be a little more quiet in the court?
Certainly, Judgy. The gate is locked.
Will you please step forward? No. Prepare yourself for the witness box.
Okay, so now as you all can see, everything the guy asked Curly to do, he literally did it. Okay, he didn't perform the way that he expected them to talk about in legal society. So, you know, in the legal society, when they say, can you step forward, they want you to what? Approach the bench. Okay, but Curly just took one step forward, like you would in real life if you wasn't in court and someone said step forward. You would just take one step. But let's continue.
Take off your hat. Now raise your right hand. Now place your left hand here. Take off your hat. Raise your right hand. Now put your left hand here. Please take off your hat. Raise your right hand. Now put your left hand here. Will you please take off your hat? Raise your right hand. Now put your left hand here. Take off your hat. Raise your right hand. Will you get rid of that hat?
Raise your right hand.
Okay, so you notice. Now, he's doing everything they literally telling him, you know, he's doing it. Okay? He's not doing it as if he's going to do both at the same time. He's doing each step one by one. So when they tell him to do something, he stopped doing it and do the next step. You know, but us, when we go to court, we put our hand on the Bible and keep your right hand raised and, you know, continue to talk at the same time. But this is an important part, guys. I need you guys to really pay attention to what's about to be said right here. Okay, this is very important. Pay close attention.
solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Huh?
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Are you trying to give me the double talk?
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Why don't you answer him?
He's talking pig Latin. I don't know what he's saying.
You guys caught that? He's talking pig Latin. I don't know what he's saying. Letting him know that he is speaking legalese to him in the court and he do not understand it. Okay? It's just that simple. That's the fact. Okay, so let's go back and hear it again. That's why I say, are you trying to double talk me? Like, hold on, something ain't right about this. What language are you really speaking? You're not speaking English. You're speaking pig Latin. But let's go back.
Will you get rid of that hat?
Raise your right hand.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Huh?
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Are you trying to give me the double talk?
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Why don't you answer him?
He's talking pig Latin. I don't know what he's saying.
He's asking you if you swear.
No, but I know all the words.
You heard his response? So the judge asked him, do he swear? He said no, but I know all the words. Talking about swear as in what? Profanity. You see, but he's bringing them right back to common English. You know, he's taking their legal words and saying it how he believes it to be is true. You see? But let's continue.
He's asking you if you will swear to tell the truth.
Truth is stranger than fiction, Judgy Wudgy.
Kindly address this court as your honor and take the oath.
Okay, so the judge said, address this court as your honor. Okay, but let's continue. So, if the judge want him to address the court as your honor, that means that the judge is considered the what? The court. But let's continue.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Certainly. What have I got to lose?
Take the stand.
Where'll I put it?
No. Take the stand.
I got it. Now what'll I do with it? Sit down.
Okay, so as you can see, he's doing everything literally. So they can't really get mad at him, but the prosecuting attorney is getting mad at him, you know, because he's trying to get him to, I guess, cooperate. Okay, so let's go back again real quick.
No. Take the stand.
I got it. Now what'll I do with it?
Sit down.
You're in a court, not in Clancy's pool room. Sit down. I'm a victim of circumstance. Who are you hitting? You're gone. Be quiet.
Proceed with the case.
Were you in the Black Bottom Cafe on the night of February the 13th?
Certainly.
Did you at that time see the defendant, Miss Gail Tempest, in any way, shape, or form commit or try to commit bodily harm to the deceased Kirk Robin?
I object, Your Honor. Counsel's trying to lead the witness.
Objection sustained.
Mr. Howard, did you see Miss Gail Tempest in physical fight with Kirk Robin?
If it pleases the court, may I suggest that counsel be instructed to allow the witness to testify to what he saw?
I say, Jasper, what comes after 75? 76. That's the spirit.
Request granted. Proceed with the testimony.
Mr. Howard, kindly tell the court what you know about the murder of Kirk Robin.
Well, it was like this, Mr. Court.
Address.
Did you see that? Did y'all just pick up on that? He said, now address the court. So what did he do? He turned around and called the judge Mr. Court. Okay? Mr. Court. Pay close attention. Now that you guys hear that, now go back and watch my last videos when I spoke about the agency, okay? Go back and watch it, and everybody I'm working with, this should ring a bell even more because you guys already know, okay? But now let's go back and hear that again.
Granted. Proceed with the testimony.
Mr. Howard, kindly tell the court what you know about the murder of Kirk Robin.
Well, it was like this, Mr. Court.
Address the judge as Your Honor.
Well, it was like this, my honor.
Your Honor, not my honor.
Why? Don't you like him?
Hello,
You see what he's saying? He's doing everything literally. So if he said address the court as Your Honor, then he's going to say my honor. Okay? Hold on, but let's continue. Let's go back again real quick.
Court, what you know about the murder of Kirk Robin.
Well, it was like this, Mr. Court.
Address the judge as Your Honor.
Well, it was like this, my honor.
Your Honor, not my honor.
Why? Don't you like him?
Allow the witness to proceed. The court understands him.
Thanks, Cordy. You're a pal.
Now, did y'all just catch that? There's so many Jews being dropped in this video. This man said, let him speak. The court understands. He looked back at the judge and said, thanks, Cordy. You a pal. So if he's a pal, that makes him what of the court? It makes the guy on the bench a friend of the court. It's just that simple. Okay? Like I said, it's nothing to go to these courts and argue about. Let's go back and hear it again. And look at the court face when he said, thanks, you're a pal. Letting them know that you're a friend of the court. Or he's a friend of the court. Which is a friend of the judge. But let's go back. And that's why the judge's face looked like this when he said it. Let's go back.
Court, what you know about the murder of Kirk Robin.
Well, it was like this, Mr. Court.
Address the judge as Your Honor.
Well, it was like this, my honor.
Your Honor, not my honor.
Why? Don't you like him?
Allow the witness to proceed. The court understands him.
Thanks, Cordy. You're a pal.
You see his face?
Well, me and my pals, we're musicians. We were tearing up some hot swing music in the orchestra. Gail over there was swinging her fans. Her sweetie, Kirk Robin, was inhaling a bottle of hooch at a table. And a hoofer by the name of Buck Wing was getting ready to shake his tootsies.
Kindly speak English and drop the vernacular.
Vernacular? That's a derby.
Drop the vernacular. No, not that. Talk so the jury can understand.
Is everybody dumb? Say, Judge.
Now you guys see. He told him clear as day, it's everybody dumb. Why? Because he know that he's speaking a totally different language from them and they're speaking a totally different language from him. He knows that. That's why he told him at the beginning, are you trying to double talk me? This guy speaking pig Latin. He already knew that. He said he don't understand that. So he went in there with his regular vernacular and stood and said what he had to say and didn't basically convert to their legal society vernacular. It's just that simple. That's it. That's all. So when you go to court, do the exact same thing. Learn from Curly. Okay? Learn the game. Curly knew the game. He knew the game, man. Okay? So that's all I'm going to do for today. If you all need my help, hit me up in my email at y'allismagnified@gmail.com. I have more videos coming. Testimonies coming. I got a lot coming, man. So y'all just stay focused, man. If you all need my help again, hit me up in my email at y'allismagnified@gmail.com. You all be blessed. Like, share, and subscribe. With that being said, I say shalom.